Hey guys, welcome back to Jones Outdoors. This is Brian Jones again. Hey, this is one of Record Breaker Bait's latest. It's a 10.5 inch sickle tail worm, and this thing is kind of meaty. It's got a good thick body on it, right at 7/16 of an inch thick. It's got a good sickle looking tail on it, and if you notice this, I got two different thicknesses on this thing. It's a little thinner in the middle. And a little thicker on the outside. It gives it a little bit extra action. Also, right here on the end, right here, this is another little thing that creates a little more twist in that tail. I'll talk a little bit more about this when we go to shoot this thing. So sit tight, and we're gonna mix up some plastic right here, and we're finna make some worms tonight. Okay, folks, this is what we're gonna shoot today. We're gonna shoot some trick worms. We're gonna shoot some Senkos, and we're gonna shoot this big monster sickle tail worm that I just made. It's I like fishing with big baits and big worms, and this one is it. It's about a 10.5 inch long, a true 10.5 inch long worm. If you let it hang, it's gonna be about 10.5 inches long, and it's got a good fat body on it. I like using these big baits because I just do. I catch big fish off of them. Never have any problem with them. I catch a lot of little ones on them. But we'll go to the pool test here shortly, and I'll show you what this sickle tail worm will do. I'm fitting to heat up some plastic. I'll get right back with you. All right, folks, we got us some plastic here. Then got it heated up. I think we're gonna go with the old, I think they call it the Bama bug, which is some June bug on one side and a green pumpkin on the other. Got some dead on plastics June bug. I hadn't used it a lot. Actually, I can't think of the last time I did use it, but we're gonna try it on this and see how this works. Let's get us both up with a good old shake here and see what we can come up with. All right, I got about a cup and a half plastic in there, so I don't know exactly what this is going to do, this June bug is going to do. We'll just put some in there until we get what we want. It's not a bad color. Gotta go a little bit more than that. Put about 5 more drops in there. So let's go one more. Still ain't dark enough. Let's just give it a good about that much. Kind of getting there. All right, that's probably gonna get it right there. We're gonna probably call it right there. Yeah. Look pretty good right there. I hope it does. Like I said, I hadn't used it. It's been a while. And let's throw. Since I got a cup and a half in there, I'm gonna load it up with some green. Put about a half another. Give it a good old stir in right here. Make sure we got enough in there. It looks pretty good. Hiya. I think that's gonna work just fine. And then get the soaked green pumpkin going. Can't go wrong with green pumpkin. I might get it there. Check it out. Starting to cool off on this side pretty good. Come on. A little bit more. A little bit more. I think that's gonna get us. I'll do it right there. Not really, I don't think. Let's check it again. I want some more in there, just a little bit. There we go. I'm pretty sure that ought to get us where we want to be. Yep, I seen it turn. Yeah, that looks great. I'm gonna throw some black flake in there on that side. Give it a little bling. Get in there. Get this old stir. Oh yeah, I got it speckled up pretty good. Let's see what we got. Temperature wise, yeah, what I figure. All right, we're gonna have to go back in the microwave for 45 seconds probably. All right, y'all hang around for 45 seconds or so, and we'll shoot these worms over here. But like I was telling you, that worm, that sickle tail worm, is a big worm. I've got another mold. We may shoot it to a slightly smaller size of that. It's probably about an 8-inch worm. They work really good too. It's more in the line of what most folks are fishing with. I think it's about 8 inches. I can't remember, 7, 8 inches. And then we'll get out there in the swimming pool, and I may take one of your competitor baits and put it side by side, and we will see what they look like together. I don't know if that got it or not. It don't feel good. Still feels kind of. See what we got here. Yeah, didn't do it. Let's hit it one more time. Let's hit it another 45 seconds. So y'all hang in there another 45 seconds. So like I said, we'll get a competitor brand and we'll go on by the pool and kind of see which one of them, see what they look like. You may like the competitor, You may like the old sickle tail, but that big monster sickle tail right yonder, it's gonna get some attention. It will definitely draw your bigger bites if you're fishing where they're at. We got just about 3 more seconds here and we'll get them out. We probably gonna be all right this time. Let's see who's gonna be first. Oh, June bug. Yeah, that feels a lot better. That feels good. Let's see what this one does. Here we go. Might have to hurry. Let's see what I got here. Yeah, that works. That'll work. Pretty close. All right, I'll move them on over here. All right. Move you right here where you can get a good look at this. Oh. Put that right in there. So how are we gonna do this? All right. Here we go. Get it all. Swing that around here. You know what? I ain't got my block. Y'all sit tight, let me reach. Boy, we like to have a good one right there, didn't we? Talk about putting a square peg in a round hole. Man, I'll tell y'all what, y'all can see this is real professional stuff going on right here. Yep, I mean, it's just getting better by the minute. Y'all hang in there with me. We having all kinds of greatest kind of stuff you can have here. Alrighty, maybe we can pull this off in a minute here. Wow. You know these are going to be good baits, as much trouble I just had. Got a lot of plastic left in there. We got to hurry. I think we're going to have some bubbles in one of these jokers. It sucked up the plastic. That's all right. That's all right. Just throw that back in there. Well, I'll just have to let it stay in there. Man, what you call that? This is what you call a reality show. Y'all getting it live and just as it happens. Y'all can believe everything goes perfect when I'm not filming too. Got a little messy clean out there. All right, there we go. Joker steady, pouring it down. I'm telling you what. We see what happens. It might come out okay, but I'm pretty sure if that Senko, it's gonna probably air bubble up a little bit, but I don't know which one it is. Probably has some air pockets in there. If it is, it just is. We'll give that just a minute or so. Let's get this in. Take a look and see what we probably want to have. Yep, looks pretty good right there. It's pretty good looking colors. Looks pretty good. Wow. Put these back over here to the side. I'm gonna turn them over and get me. But we're gonna see what we ended up getting. It's probably a mess. But you know what? It's gonna be a pretty mess. Yep. Yeah, that's still a little wet right there. Colors look good, but I think we are gonna have some air sucked in at least that one right there. That one on the end. It got, I wasn't paying attention and it got loose from me. It pulled in the plastic. So I'm thinking we're gonna have a bubble. It will flash pretty good too. But we'll find out here in a minute. Let's see here. About to cool down here. I think we ought to be able to get it in a minute. Alrighty. Yeah, we probably can check this out here in just a second. Yeah. Clean that off a little bit. Let's just see what we ended up with. Probably a mess. We're gonna flip them over. That's what we're gonna start with. The one I think we got a mess on. Easy, baby. Let's see what we got. Well, I see a little dent right there. It ain't too bad though. Well, it flashed a little bit. Hit it a little hard, but that's all right. That's pretty. That's pretty. And these are just your old Senko. It does what Senkos do. These are good, fat, juicy. Real nice. Got a little green glitter got on the pumpkin side, but it's not a big deal. Very nice. So I'm gonna catch a fish. I don't see no dent. I thought for sure we'd had a problem with them. No problemo. All right, let's moving right along. Now this little old trick worm here. It's got a, man, I flashed out and hard. I hit it too hard there. Yeah, we can look at this one here. It's got a kind of a flat, wide tail on it. Jerks around pretty good. This is another bait. It does what it does. Just like most all the other trick worms, you throw them out there and you snatch them and they do a little zigzagging. That little flat tail gives it a little more flap. But we can clean these up pretty good. I might have had a piece of plastic in there. I didn't get out. It caused that flashing, but it's because it's all the way across. That don't usually happen. It's another good looking sample there. Set these right here. All right, this is a big old worm now. It's a big old worm. Y'all check that out. That's a big old pretty worm. Take a look at that tail right there. It's kind of thinner in the middle. Kind of wide around the edges right there. Make sure that tail's got plenty of action on there. Man, you can really see that color really good. I don't know if y'all can see it on that camera, but that is a good looking color right there. Yes. That is a good looking color. Old sickle tail. If I had a tape, I'd show you. That is 10.5 inches, 10 3/4 inches. It is what it is. And that big joker coming through the water looked like one of them big rattlemouth cottonbacks, and they will get it. Man, I like that color. That jumbo turned out to look pretty good. All right, I'll tell you what. If y'all hang on, I'm gonna shoot you one of the other molds. I'll be right back. Y'all sit tight. I'm gonna heat the plastic up. I'll be right back. I'll shoot that other 7 or 8 inch one. Hang tight. Alrighty, I got that other mold right here. This is a 4 cavity. Let's see if I can shoot this one without having as much problem. If I got enough plastic in there for this joker. And let's see. Oops. I hit that one pretty hard too. Drinking it, baby, drink it. All right. Now this one's got a little more pronounced uniqueness to the tail on it, with that thinness kind of in the middle. I'll show it to you. And when I made it, I left a kind of like the tool marks that was left on the roughing pass being in there. Kind of looked like some scales or something, so I left them. I didn't do the finishing pass on there, so it's gonna have a little bit of a design in the tail, in the middle of it. There we go. That that's pretty cool. Doesn't really do anything other than the way it looks. You know, once you swim in it, you ain't gonna be able to tell it anyway. But that tail's got some action, I'm gonna tell you. Got a little bit left over in this one. Alrighty. Give that another minute or so. Let's undo this. Did we already do that? Nope, there we go. Kick that joker out of there. Put this back on and we about ready. Let's see. I might have to get this out of the way before I make a mess and get burnt up. These were about 340 when I shot them. Still pretty good there. Still got a little heat in that, I think. Yeah. You gotta be careful when you put these molds together. That's what happened a minute ago. These little pieces of plastic, I didn't clean it off on that trick worm. It had a little piece in there. Flashed it for me a little bit, but
not a big deal. We can just pull it off. Not a big deal. Let's see. This is 4 cavity. Shoots 2 on one side, 2 on the other. There we go. Just like that. You see that tail? It's got the, bring it up in here, maybe y'all can see that. Kind of looks like scales or something right there on it, but it's a little thinner than the rest of it, and it really works. It really moves really well. Tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the pole in just a second, and we will see what we can come up with. I tell you, that is a good color. That Dead on Plastics June bug. If I can keep it in front of the camera, it turned out to be pretty good. Pretty good. Colors look really good. All right, I'll tell you what, let's go to the pool. I'll see you out there. All right, here we are. We're out here at the pool. We're gonna do a little pool action here. So we've got a competitor, big name, big brand, 10-inch worm here. And this is Record Breaker Baits 10-inch worm, which is about 10.5 inches long. So if you can see, one of them's not quite 10 inches. All right, so we're gonna throw these in the pool here just a second. That's a June bug, and this is a Bama bug. So I'm gonna throw this in and see what kind of action we got off of this one first. Let's throw it out here. Let it sink. Let the ripples go down a little bit so we can see what's going on. Oh, your kung fu is strong. Check that out. Look at that tail. Look at that tail action. All right, hold on a second. Let's throw out the competitor. In a 10-inch. We're gonna do it the same way. Now both of these are rigged the same way. Both of them's got a 5/0 extra wide gap with a 1/8 ounce lead on it. They're rigged identical. Well, it's got a little action, but after you saw that first one, it's kind of boring. Just kind of boring. Everybody's seen something like that. Let me drag them side by side. Give me just a second. Let me get these things fixed up and we can see them side by side and see what we think here. All right, this wider tail is probably going to slow the fall down. Yeah, it slowed that fall down, keep it in the strike zone a lot longer. Plus, it's got a lot of more action to it. Man, I know which one I'm gonna bite. Let me see if I can do this. Y'all hang in there with me. Let me see if I can drag these side by side and see what we see. Yeah, that wider tail is just throwing off a whole lot of better action there. Yep, I know which one I'm gonna get. Man, look at that thing, whoop that tail. That's the old Sickle tail. You can speed it up. Look like old eel from the Black Lagoon. Man. All right, hold on just a second. I'm gonna change baits here. I'm gonna put that other bait on. That is the other little smaller sickle tail, which is more like this. It's about 8 inches long. One second here, we're gonna rig it up identical. And we should see a very similar action out of this worm. Same type of rig. So this is a smaller bait. Look at there. There's something about that old sickle tail. You want a smaller bait? I got it. You want a bigger bait? I got it. That will bring them in right there. All right, folks, y'all put me something in the comments. Tell me what you think about that. All right, guys, thank y'all for joining us here at Jones Outdoors and Record Breaker Baits. Hope you enjoyed the sickle tail worm. If you want to get your hands on some or any other baits I've shown, just email me at bjonesoutdoors@gmail.com. Just tell me what color and how many you want. We can make any color out there. Also, if you come up with your own design, shoot me a sketch and I'll get to work on that for you. It won't be any problem at all. We got a lot of other stuff coming out, so y'all stay tuned. And don't forget to like and subscribe and keep your eyes open for us next week. And always remember, we set the hook.